Hi and welcome to another part of the GitHub tutorials, and in this part we're going to see how we can use GitHub as a hosting service in order to see the pages of our website on top of GitHub. So the first step we're going to take is to create a new local Git repository and then push it to GitHub so that later we can add it to our website. So the first step here is to create the repository. So I'm going to create a folder called site. And okay, we've got that kind of folder with that kind of name. So for example, site 2, and then I'm gonna cd to site 2, and here I'm gonna run git init in order to initialize the repository. And then the next step here is to run sudo nano. So we're going to create an index.html file in order to create our very first file. So right over here we've entered into this file. You can notice that you can also create it by yourself manually without ever needing to run sudo nano, but here we prefer to use this method. So now I'm gonna pasting the code right over here and press Ctrl O in order to save this and Ctrl X to exit. And also I'm going to add the readme file. Notice that I've got an image instead of my index.html, which I also need to add that one as well. So sudo nano readme.md, and then I'm gonna enter the password one more time. And for the heading, I'm gonna call this my site, and then this is my site, and then press Ctrl O, enter, and Ctrl X. So now I'm gonna add my image to the directory of the project so that we can add all of them to the repository and commit them. And here I'm gonna paste the photo of git.png just as we had instead of the index.html. So right now we're going to continue and then run git add --all, and then git commit -m, and then name this initial commit. So now we've got everything committed, and now we're ready to push this to GitHub. So first of all, we need to create a repository on our profile. So let's add a repository, a new one. And the way we're gonna name this repository is a bit different from the other ones, meaning that first we write the name and then GitHub and then .io. So these two are important when we want to add the page of our website to GitHub and benefit from its hosting service. So now let's create the repository, and now we're ready. So right now we're gonna leave all of these comments alone and only copy this link over here, because the way we're going to push to GitHub is a bit different. Now let's head over to the terminal, and here we're gonna run git remote add, and then gh for GitHub, and then page. So this is specialized for adding the page of our website to GitHub, and then enter the link and press enter. So the next step is to run git push, and then we need to use this keyword gh-page for this one as well, and then master branch. So first of all, we need to enter our username, and then instead of our password we need to enter the access token key that we've generated previously on our previous tutorials.